Welcome to another edition of the Sultan of Small Talk. I'm Chris Carbone. I came out to this tranquil setting in our backyard because I had to remind myself that sometimes the most important things are the simple things. And keeping it simple is quintessential in life, but it's also super important when you're getting back to the basics with business. So I think you want to check this one out. It's going to be a good one.
Pizza candy. Pizza candy, Mama.
Pizza candy. Let's talk about a more simple life. My wife and I have been talking recently, and she's been trying to beg me to get back to these paper towel days. Now, what does that mean, you ask? I'll tell you. When I first started dating my wife, Jamie, she had nothing at her apartment when I went over there. She'd have like peanut butter, no bread or jelly, and sometimes she'd never have a paper towel in the house. And I said, what's up with that? She goes, paper towels are a luxury, and I'm a teacher on like a fixed income. So I realize that we do have to go back to these simple lives. Back then, we didn't have everything, but we sure had a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. And I'm not suggesting that we don't have it now, but now there's just too many things in our lives. And now that we went through COVID, we can really appreciate the benefits of toilet paper and paper towels. But what I really want to get into today is talking about how do you get back to just the basics, the simplistic parts of life that make us joyful. How do you start out by having a business that's both simple and pleasurable? Firstly, I find that so many people get thrown off by trying to either find the job that's going to pay the most money or maybe pursue the career that their girlfriend says would be a great idea or their parents want them to succeed at. What I find is really simple and really smart is to be purposeful in your search and find something you love doing, something you have a true passion for, something that you don't even mind putting in the long hours that it's going to take in the beginning. That's what I did. And now it doesn't even feel like work for me anymore. I just smile most of the time. If we can get back to those simple pleasures of loving one's work and pursuing something that is meaningful, you're going to find a lot more joy in that. One of the most important things you can do in any business is to listen to the consumer. When you talk to somebody on the phone, that's the real trick, is getting them on the phone or possibly seeing them in person. When it's so easy nowadays with technology to send a blanket email to a number of people or a template text message, though it's simple, those strategies normally don't work, not nearly as well as really reaching out and getting that person on the phone. And when you have them on the phone, I really think it's vitally important that you listen with the intent to understand the person on the other line so that you can build a bridge with them from communication standpoint and you can really understand what's bothering them or what challenges them that you can go ahead and serve a need for. Additionally, if they have a real challenge, I want you to be as empathetic as possible. Empathy is a lost art. Listening with the intent to really put yourself in their shoes sometimes so that you can be human with them. That's the connection I think that's missing so often these days, and that's what we need to get back to. Speaking of empathy and also putting yourself in someone else's shoes, my wife, who at the time was just dating me, and this was our first date, didn't know what shoe I was wearing on that first date. This was the exact pair that I chose for that date. She didn't know if I was going to be more of a good shoe or an evil shoe. What I do believe she told me was never wear them again. And if you can see, they're really in good shape for 12 years later because they don't get much action.
How much do they go for on eBay?
They're not being sold, honey. These are a classic. Sometimes people work so hard for the things that they want or that they aspire to that life just kind of passes them by. And then it's always a pursuit of just the acquisition of things, which in the end is pretty empty, which is exactly what we're not trying to achieve, which is why we need to find that really nice balance between life and work and family and health. It's true. Nobody on their deathbed ever wanted to have another few days at work. And we need to go ahead and focus on the things that are super important, like acknowledging the people in our lives, especially those workers that we're working with. Our employees need to hear from you. If you're the employer, you need to remind them what a good job that they're doing. Don't take it for granted that they do this in and out every single day. They are oftentimes the lifeblood of your business. Even if you're running this and you're at the helm, you got to remember the people who are the face of the business, normally right in front of your customers. And I just want to make sure that I always tell them what a great job they're doing, because that is simple, but yet not always done that often. Former First Lady Michelle Obama said it best probably when she said, we need to do a lot better job of putting ourselves higher on our own to-do list. Well said, Michelle. And I can also say, if you like any of the things that we're talking about, I think you should hit the subscribe button right now. Hit that bell as well, because then you'll be notified every Monday when I put another video out. Unless, of course, I decide not to. We're going with a more wholesome, simple diet. My wife's having me eat carrots all the time. If you subscribe to carrot eating, I'd love you to subscribe to this newsletter as well. Is it a newsletter? No.
That's real simple. That was way back when. Just doing newsletters. Keep eating your carrots.
If you subscribe to this Telegram, if you like carrots, then you're going to love what I have to say.
Did you grow those carrots?
I think I'm choking on this carrot. Maybe you're feeling a bit stuck. Well, then I would encourage you to get back to your version of your paper towel days. Just clear the space, make it more aesthetically clean for you to work within, and maybe list 3 things right now that you're super grateful for. Gratitude has a lot to do with it, because then you can take some ownership and some stock in some of the greatness that has come your way. I do that with my family sometimes around bedtime, and I think it's super important. And leave a leave a comment down below. You can't leave a like, can you? If you like anything I've said, hit the like button. Smash it. Crush it. Bang it. Hammer it.
The Tupperware. Listen. Still good.
I feel it, but it is not
Wait, don't
falling.
I can see that you're a
Did you break this?
No,
Who broke it?
baby.
The baby did. How did he do it? What did he do? I need to know. I was thinking I was going to watch a really good episode with my wife on the couch, but I guess I realized that's not going to happen anymore. My cutest little son, my 2-year-old, he threw something right at the television and crushed it, so I guess we're going to get back to a more simple time. Maybe cozy up on the couch with a book. Anyhow, gotta look at it on the bright side. There's always a silver lining. Thanks so much for listening. If you liked what you saw today, smash that like button. It's good for the algorithm for YouTube.